We are here at the EIT Urban Mobility stand with a last-minute change because we will not have Martina Vázquez in the end. We will have Jean-Michel Genestier. I hope I pronounced it properly.
Genestier.
Okay,
Thank
good. And he comes from the Toulouse from the Grand Métropole du Paris. Hello, Pascal, Jean-Michel, and Marta. Hello, welcome.
Thank you.
So let's start talking about the South region. How is urban mobility there? So, Marta, can you tell us what is the status of urban mobility in the South region of Europe?
Yes. In fact, Southern Europe enjoys a warmer weather, and that means that city models can focus largely on active mobility, especially walking. We can find that in Mediterranean countries, people usually walk, either as their own mode of transport or as a part of a multimodal transport journey. Mm-hmm. Therefore, southern cities take into consideration the concept of proximity and public realm. Mm-hmm. We at EIT Urban Mobility, we support projects, innovative solutions that promote active mobility. There is what we understand by active mobility, the shift from private vehicle to other means of transport involving physical activity, that means walking or cycling. And in fact, active mobility has two main advantages at the same time. First, as we all know, it reduces drastically emissions, but it also has a very important effect on health. And in this sense, I would like to give 3 examples of projects that we have supported at EIT Urban Mobility to promote active mobility. First is Follow. There is a digital tool that enables the end user to plan a safe walkable route. Then we have School to Walk, it is said. There is how we can plan in a platform and match students and parents to organize walking to schools in big groups. And finally, Ride Safe, with the goal of reinforcing regulation and try to prevent accidents of micromobility mode of transport.
Yes, indeed, the key factor, this warm weather in the southern region of Europe, it's a very nice way to boost other ways of mobility, but also about the southern of Europe. Pascal knows a lot from Capgemini Engineering. Capgemini Engineering is a partner of the EIT Urban Mobility for already a long time, and it has been involved in projects such as Mobility EU, Smart Hubs, Multi-Depart, and many others. Some of these projects have been very much focused on citizens and engaging them to make their move matter in this urban mobility era. And the question would be now, can you tell us more of the results of these projects so far in Europe, and where can we see these results already?
The results, I think we have to be clear and frank, are mixed. They are mixed because the project have been carried out properly and they have delivered, but the context in which we are working in the EIT Urban Mobility has changed compared to when we started the first consortium 4 years ago, and now there is a more focus on the go-to-market, on the value creation of the project that we need to deliver, and it was not the case at the beginning. So, assessing these projects which were more research and advanced focus compared to now the new target, which is how can we deliver the value. It's a bit tricky. So in the former context, they have been very successful. They have delivered what was expected, but they have not delivered what we expected now. And so what we need to do now is to change a bit within the EIT the ambition that we have. We need to be, in my opinion, much more ambitious in order how we can deliver something which is at scale, which is going to change the life of people, and not to focus only on some proof of concept, on some limited initiative that are proving that it's feasible, but not really impacting the behavior of people.
Yeah, making citizens part of this movement is
part
key.
Part of the
indeed.
movement, and also to be able to say, okay, I've got a solution which is working for this city, or for this part of the city, and it's scalable, and meaning that another part of the EU, I can implement it. Today, we are not able to do so because we haven't worked with these ambitions and these requirements to have something which is fully scalable.
Yeah. Jean-Michel, we're now going to talk about the City of Love, which has also a huge challenge in terms of urban mobility.
The City of Love and the City of Logistics.
Of course, as well, love and logistics as well, yes. And this is a huge metropole, and managing all this mobility logistics around may be a huge challenge that you are very much aware of. So can you tell us more about the actions that Paris has taken to boost urban mobility and logistics in there?
In fact, it's a huge challenge. But logistics is an essential function for the economic dynamism of cities and of Paris and the suburb of Metropole of Paris. The main issue is the problem of the last few kilometers. But urban logistics is part of a wider global logistics system that includes national and international flows. It's also a challenge on many levels due to its diversity and characteristics. A multitude of players in both the private and public sectors, various modes of transport, road transport accounts for 99% in the metropole of tonnage in the Île-de-France region, and a wide variety of vehicles. It's also a patchwork of local freight transport regulations, a strong need for land, which is an expensive asset in urban areas. In terms of quality of life and the environment, logistics is the source of many reasons. Environmental, air and noise pollution, and road safety, spatial, congestion, occupation of roads, social, poorer working conditions for delivery staff in Paris, in Berlin, and peut-être in Madrid, and also in Europe, job insecurity. Urban logistics must constantly reinvent itself to adapt to the new lifestyle, explosion in e-commerces, huge demand, multiplicity of flows, just-in-time delivery, shorter lead times, new delivery locations, short circuits, click and collect, and so on.
Yes. And I know that the Grand Métropole du Paris has been working with the EIT Urban Mobility for some quite time. So can you tell us how has this collaboration been so far?
The challenge ahead for the Paris, it's the next steps for the low emission zone. You know that? The low emission zone will have a major impact on the fleets of goods transport professionals. It's for these reasons that Greater Paris Metropolis will be launching dialogue workshops with economic players, 100 major economic players. Freight transport professionals need to take ownership of the low emission zone issues and be supported in their effort. The aim is not only to reduce emissions from goods vehicles, but also to reduce traffic and congestion. Not a single solution, but rather several levers that can be combined and that need to be adapted to each sector of activity. Massify flows right up to the entrance to be a densely populated area, mutualization of flows, micro-mobility, experimentation with micro-hubs, approach by lorries, cross-docking and capillary deliveries by velo cargo and electric van. Shared vehicles, better coordination of local regulations, develop the regulations applied to delivery areas to make them more effective. Numerous solutions to be worked on between economic and institutional players.
So I see that there is a huge list of to-dos that we still need to all do collaborating together to make the southern of Europe more sustainable, more efficient, more logistically effective, and so on. And now, to close the session, 30 seconds each, what would be your message for each citizen to make their move matter, to make cities more sustainable? What would be your message?
Yes, I would encourage what I try to do is try to include active mobility actions in our daily mobility patterns, if possible, of course, not only for sustainability and the environment, but also for health benefits.
Okay, thanks, Marta. Pascal?
My word will be more consistent. More consistent in the way that as individual, we want to have quiet zones where we live, but we want to be very quick and very speedy where we have to travel. So, and basically the perspective of each other are not the same. And the perspective of the car driver or the pedestrian and so on, it can be the same person, but it can be a different perspective. And today, we are opposing different type of mobilities, different type of view, and as an individual, we have to be a bit more adults, to grow up, and to understand that we are part of the a global group, and we have to understand the differences and accept the differences to have a better consistency between the different mobility modes.
Okay, thanks, Pascal. Jean-Michel?
A simple message: working with organizations such as the EIT enables us to share ideas with our peers as today, to bring solutions and problems to the attention of the European institutions and to carry out experiments.
Okay, so that's the key message from here, Nicole. Pascal, Jean-Michel, Marta, thanks a lot for joining us today at Tomorrow Mobility.
Thank you.
Thank you.